Hello friends, family and other creatures from the sea. Today we're going to be looking at a game between SpeCial and herO. When I say a game, I actually mean a best of 3 played between these two top level players. herO, of course, recently returning from the military. Well, it's not as recent anymore, but he's back, he's good, he's looking solid. And SpeCial, of course, our man in Korea, the reporter on site, the only foreigner currently in Korea, at least that I am aware of. Playing StarCraft 2 right now in the GSL as well. Round of 16, managed to make it after taking out Armani 3-2 in a rather fun series. Let's have a look what SpeCial can do against herO this time around. So we see herO opening up with a single gas opener here, relatively late scout. I have to admit, that's a relatively late scout. I think this was after second gas, and rather than actually going across the map to scout for his opponent's command center, he decides to just stay on his side of the map to look for any buildings close by. Nexus is going to be going down here at 19 supply with a follow-up of a 20 cybercore. At least that's what I imagine. You see, no, it's going to be 19 cyber as well. Okay, it's kind of interesting. 128 cyber. That's a pretty quick cyber actually. And he's gonna get a nice amount of gas as well. I kinda like this opener here out of herO. The reason I guess why he plays... Oh, has a very fast second gas as well. On 20? He just changed up the build order a little bit. I guess it's because he didn't scout. This is kind of what you can do. All he did is scout around them, well, around his base really. This would just instantly die against something like a 2-Rex, but against a Proxy Reaper it wouldn't even be that bad. Your Cybercore is a little bit late, but only 3-4 seconds slower than it would be against a with a core first, because he didn't scout and he kicked the probe out. This is a really rapid Stargate as well. I love this opener here out of herO, I'm not gonna lie. Look at the gas that he has. He has so much freaking gas. Warp gate starting, he's going to be able to afford his adept as well immediately. This is a really powerful opener here out of the Korean Protoss. I really like, I haven't quite seen it done like this before. So there's some small changes that he made into the build that made it have a lot more gas. Sure, less information. He's now going to be scouting around for any potential proxies. He's going to find it immediately. Look at, well, actually, is he? Proxy's over here, and well, herO is not quite finding it yet. Yep, there we go, finds it. Starport is going to get cancelled. First unit is going to be a Phoenix rather than an Oracle here for the Korean Protoss player. I'm curious to see what he wants to do with that. Now, I know herO a little bit, and herO loves to be aggressive with whatever he can get his hands on. It seems like SpeCial wanted to go for a triple Hellion drop. Or what is it? Oh, it's a 4. Oh! I also kind of like this, honestly. So he probably wanted to go for a couple of Marines initially, walk them across the map, and then get behind with 4 Hellions and try to drop those into the main base. This seems like a real nice and powerful build as well. Both of these players having really cool build orders, nice little variations. There's no battery here though. So even though the drop won't happen, there's still a possibility that this does some real damage. Car number 3 and 4 right now are going to be showing up. We see another swap of the factory and the barracks at home. And here comes SpeCial. 3 adepts will be able to one-shot those Marines. Well, Phoenix is doing a great job taking out the Hellion. Second Hellion will most likely also fall once herO decides to focus his efforts on that. The next car is going to get taken out, and this is looking absolutely fantastic here for herO. GG gets called. Game number 1 gets ended in 4 minutes and 13 seconds, and we'll be heading into game number 2 here in this best of 3. Game number 2 here, and we see herO immediately starting with a very fast pylon on the low ground. This was a 12 pylon, which is going to be followed up by a 13 gate here for herO. Gate will go down at 28 seconds into the game, so that's pretty quick. He also builds it on the low ground, which means if SpeCial doesn't scout here, I think he might be in a little bit of trouble. The main goal of this build here for herO is to deny the low ground expansion for as long as possible. Now there's a couple of solutions to this problem if you're a Terran player, and the easiest solution is, if you don't want your low ground expansion to be denied or stop mining by fast adapts, you know what you can do? Is build your CC on the high ground. That's a good trick. It really is a good trick. Another thing you can do is not get a CC whatsoever and get a second barracks. It looks right now that SpeCial is going to be going for what seems to be a Reaper play. It could also be a proxy barracks Marauder. You have a Zealot start here for a herO. Okay. That actually is pretty interesting. I wonder if he cancels this if he gets scouted, because this seems like an extra investment into a build. Oh, wait. I thought this was going to be just a standard single adept, but this is going to be going into a proxy Void Ray, and now all of a sudden it becomes very important what's going to happen here. This is going to be a Reaper. Funnily enough, the build that SpeCial is going for is actually really good against what herO is doing, but it's only good if he scouts. If SpeCial is aware that there is a proxy Stargate, which would be pretty easy for him to figure out, he sees no Nexus, no second Pine, and be like, okay, there's a proxy here, he can go look for the Stargate. If he doesn't know, however, and the first Void Ray gets popped out, SpeCial is just in a world of trouble. And I am afraid that SpeCial is just going to be in a world of trouble, really. He's trying to deal with this Zealot for now. He's doing a pretty okay job at that. The micro has definitely been sufficient here. Now he's going to try to fight this Adept as well. The thing is, you can just, with a couple of workers and your first 3 Reapers, probably hold everything. Or at least try to take out the time. Hello, micro up. Nice, good control. Needs to be careful though. Doesn't lose any of those Reapers. And herO right now is just thinking to himself, as long as I stay alive, I think I'm going to be fine. Absolutely fine even. These Reapers will be able to take out that Adept and the Zealot. And now SpeCial realizes, oh wait, I think I'm gonna get Void Ray Rush. There's no bunker yet on the way yet though. The factory starts just now. Massive supply block here out of SpeCial as well. 31 out of 31. Completely forgot his third depot. He's probably going to have to wait almost for his... Yeah, this is... this is just over. Well, it's not quite over. There's 4 Marines. There's a single Void Ray. Once this battery finishes up, this Void Ray is just never going to die. It is just never going to die. And I think that is a massive issue here. If a Void Ray stays alive forever, then it means that these Marines most likely won't stay alive forever, because Void Rays are the kind of the apex predator in PvT of the early game at least. Yeah, these Marines are gonna go down. Bunker hasn't finished. More Marines are streaming in. This Void Ray can still fly back to the battery. Second Void Ray comes in, Adept shades in, and GG get this has to be one of the fastest best of 3's ever. And you know what? I could end it here, but instead I will show you guys another quick best of 3 that I played last Monday to show you that sure, this was a very fast best of 3, but I believe that I actually played the quickest best of 3 at professional level ever. So stay tuned for that. Alright, this is the bonus best of 3 for all the premium subscribers. This was played between me and Maxpax last Monday in the EPT Cup. After a long fought series against Milky Cow, I finally get to play against the Danish master himself. And this was in the round of 16. I was feeling good about myself, alright? I really was feeling good about myself. So let's just hop straight into the game. Bottom left, it's me. And it's me, Harstem. And at the top right, it's going to be Maxpax. Both of us opening up with a 1-gate expand. The map indeed is Oxide LE. And this wasn't really planned. I didn't think that we're gonna have such a short best of 3. I can't just looked at the names like, oh, herO and SpeCial seems okay, but having a 7-minute video seems like very little. So I figure I'll add this one as well, while we're on the topic of short best of 3's. So what happens in this game here, I do remember this very fondly, is that both of us are kind of messing around, and Maxpax does something that I absolutely hate. He goes straight away to the main base. And I'm like, okay, you want to go into my main base? You're not blocking my natural like a good boy, like I was doing on the other side. I'm just gonna run around your probe and immediately throw down a Nexus. Little did I know that this is kind of what Maxpax hoped would happen. This is kind of what Maxpax was wishing for. And I'm about to find out why he doesn't mind that as much, and why it seems like his anti-1 gate is actually freaking strong. I'm like, okay, this is all good, this is all good. Throws down a pylon on the low ground. And I'm starting to doubt myself a little bit. Not because... The funny thing is that I know how to beat this. Now I'm a little bit worried. He tries to wall me out, like probably wants to start building some batteries down here, and I start a Zealot, which is a very big mistake, because that's going to mess with my mineral count so much that I can't full wall this once my cybercore finishes. The proper response to this is to have a probe patrolling here and a probe patrolling here, throw down the Stargate for a full wall immediately, and now I don't have a full wall. I start working on these batteries, but his Zealot also shows up, and I can't even truly wall myself properly out. I get semi-supply blocked because I forget a second pylon, and all of a sudden I'm chrono boosting a Stalker that I can't even build. His Zealot is winning the fight, my battery is about to finish up, but this is not quite what I was looking for. This is a terrible start. I wall myself out, I'm like, alright, I guess the only thing I can do is fight your Zealot. His Adept shows up, light damage against the Zealot, is draining my battery so extremely fast. His Stargate is way faster than mine as well by almost 10-15 seconds. Zealot is gonna go down, and now the batteries turn. As the first battery is already empty, the second battery most likely is never going to finish. I'm desperately trying to full wall behind this, but it's looking pretty rough for me here, guys. I'm not gonna be lying. Looking pretty rough. Adept gets into the main base. His Void Ray is about to finish up. And 3 minutes and 20 seconds into the game, I can pretty much feel where this is going to go, as the Adept in the main base starts taking out worker after worker after worker. I have absolutely no battery energy left at this point. I'm trying my best. One battery finishes up barely, and super battery will be available for me soon, but I decide to call it quits as I have 5 less workers, and I don't really feel like I have any way to stay in this game. So that's game number 1 in this best of 3. 3 minutes and 38 seconds. Let's hop into game number 2 and see how fast we can play that one. And this time the map is going to be Romanticide, and we'll see what we decide to do here. Romanticide is a map where anything is possible. You can 1 gate, you can 2 gate, you can do whatever you want. Cheeky good luck I found out of Maxpax, and I'm not for sure if I say anything back. I hope I say good luck back. I always wish Maxpax good luck before already, but I like to also wish him good luck during the game. He needs it twice. Well, actually, I need it twice, because I tend to be the one that loses, but yeah. We both decide to once again go for a 1 gate expand. As I thought, well, that last game, I just panicked a little bit. I didn't really have a response ready for this, honestly. I hadn't thought of that build for a while, and in the back of my head I was like, okay, I think if I just play well, I'm going to be absolutely fine. I'm not going to be chrono boosting out a Zealot this time around. Let's see if we can get in a similar situation and kind of force out a proxy Stargate again. I think this should be a good time. My thought process. Now, what happens in reality is that indeed he once again starts moving up with this probe into my main base to start being a little bit annoying. Now, I see this, and once again a similar ritual unfolds in which I dodge his probe. Well, he actually, it's not the most successful dodge. It's not the most successful dodge at all. I do get the Nexus down, and immediately we see the gears spinning and turning in Maxpax's head, and he says, okay, you wanna play, we can play, buddy. I'm even gonna chrono boost my Zealot, I'm gonna send it across the map, and I'm gonna wish you a lot of luck, because you're gonna need it here, hamster. Probe chasing a probe. I know what's going on, okay? I see a chrono on the Zealot, I'm like, okay, here we go again. All I have to do is pull a second worker at this point, build a second pylon first. Once again, second pylon might be a little bit late. It's actually not. And I gotta make sure that he can't get any batteries up. That's the most important thing here, is that batteries can't go down. There's only a single spot here where something can happen. And as long as I block that, I'm going to be absolutely fine. Once again, I can just full wall here with a any building. Instead, what I decide to do is I let him build a battery. And now I can't wall up anymore. Actually, I already know what's gonna happen, and at this point, after his battery finishes and I lose mine, I decide, you know what? You know what? Life isn't quite worth living anymore. I'm never gonna be able to kill it. I tap out. Don't even have a Stargate started yet. And yeah, just ends the game. 2 minutes, 39 seconds. The first one was, I think, 3:46. So even a shorter best of 3 than the SpeCial versus herO one. But nonetheless, very fun. I hope you all had a great time watching 4 games in less than 12 minutes. If you did, don't forget to hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, and we'll see you all next time for more videos. Bye bye.